Good morning, everyone. It is Friday, and I figured, hey, let's put together a brief video for the Fed League Flash. Of course, I am Gary Ryan, and today, just one thing to mention before we get into this, which this is pretty uncomplicated video today. First, there has been an addition to the schedule. If you have not seen, there is now a second exhibition game that has been scheduled by the FPHL, and that's going to be taking place on official opening day. That's going to be Friday, October 13th, between the Motor City Rockers and the Port Huron Prowlers, 7 o'clock. But this is an exhibition game. Both of these teams are not starting their regular season until the following Friday, which is October 20th. As such, with this exhibition game, Motor City and Port Huron do not have to have their rosters pared down to the limit of 19 until the following Wednesday, whereas Elmira, Binghamton, Danbury, and Watertown all do have to be pared down by the 11th of October, which is Wednesday. Of course, if you missed it, on Spotify, Fed League Flash, I went through yesterday what I think will probably be the rosters for opening day, but I'm not claiming that I'm going to be 100%. I think I took a pretty good educated guess, though, as far as what the final rosters might look like for those four teams. Again, each team has to be pared down to 19 by 2 days before their regular opening game. So, all right. So anyway, that's that. So I just wanted to make a note of that. Again, the second exhibition game, of course, the first being October 10th in Watertown between the River Sharks and the Wolves. All righty. Getting into this, today I just wanted to do kind of an introduction for those of you who may not have followed the Fed long. One of the great things about the FPHL is the fact that all of their games are streamed on YouTube, which is free. Yay! Only professional league that has a streaming service that you don't have to pay for, and which is good, because streaming services, as you know, can get very pricey, and you end up going, well, which service do I use? I only have so much money to go around. So don't have to worry about that with the Fed. You go right on YouTube and watch the games for free, and that's awesome. So one of the things that happens in the Fed is not only with this being a lower level minor league, you've got a lot of players looking to hopefully extend or advance their careers. Well, that's also the same for other positions too, and one of them being the media relations people. So we have a list here of all the teams right now, and I just want to kind of identify each individual person. Now, in the case, we're going from top to bottom. In the case of the people at the top, they've been doing this for quite some time for their respective team. Others, are just getting a start, and that's one of the great things about the Fed is you end up with people just breaking into the business, being given an opportunity to hone their skills, improve their craft, and a lot of times, they'll move on. But that's the nature of sports radio anyway, or sports broadcasting. There's not a whole lot of people like Doc Emmerich who are going to be doing the same thing for 30 years. Most of the times, a person is with a particular team for a few years and then they move on to another opportunity. But anyway, so I wanted to just introduce you to each team's play-by-play announcer that you will be hearing when you tune into said team's home games. All right, starting off in Watertown, and this is probably my favorite play-by-play announcer, Jeff Barrett. He has been with the team since they were the Thousand Island Privateers. He's been doing this for quite a long time. Is very, very good at it. Very enthusiastic. He really brings a lot of passion to the game. Does his homework too. He does his research. Great guy. So Jeff Barrett is who you'd listen to with the Watertown Wolves, which, side note, remember, with Watertown, if you want to find their games, you've got to go to Steve Weed Productions. You have to type that into YouTube, and that's how you get to the live broadcast for the Wolves. All right. In Columbus, we have Tom Callahan, and he has been in the business for quite some time, has worked for ESPN Radio in Nashville. He's been calling the games for quite a while now for the Columbus River Dragons. He was actually voted the FPHL Broadcaster of the Year last year, and with good reason. Very, very, very good at what he does. In Elmira, we see a return of John Clement. John Clement, for those of you who do know, and maybe for those of you who don't, served as the play-by-play director for the first Elmira team in the FPHL, which was, of course, the Elmira Enforcers. For the 3 years that they played at First Arena, John Clement was behind the microphone calling the games. Since then, he moved on. He had a stint with the Vermilion County Bobcats, RIP, for the SP last year, 2 years ago, and then last year he was working with the Macon Mayhem. Additionally, he was helping to get things situated with the Baton Rouge Zydeco, who, as I have right now, there is nobody set for Baton Rouge, but there's still time. There's still 6 weeks to go before opening day, so Baton Rouge still has time to get that position secure and get the person they want broadcasting their games. All right, so those first three have been in the business for at least 5 years doing play-by-play. Then we get into the next tier, guys who've been around, or they were around last year, and you'll probably recognize their voices when you go to said team's broadcasts. So in Port Huron, we have Will Wiggleman, and Will is second year covering the Prowlers, and again, a lot of energy, really good guy. He occasionally will have a color commentator with him. Sometimes he'll be doing solo, but either way, very, very good. So with the Prowlers, Will Wiggleman is the voice. All right, with the Binghamton Black Bears, second year coming into this year, it's going to be Brooks Hill once again on the play-by-play call and doing the radio broadcast, as well as all the social media stuff that you see on Facebook and whatnot. Brooks, again, last year was his first year doing hockey. He had previously done some baseball calling, and big difference. Started off the year kind of rough, but really became very dependable, very reliable play calling by Brooks Hill for Binghamton. All right, for the Mississippi Seawolves. Now, I tried to verify this. I couldn't get any verification, but I believe Nick Rush is coming back, doing the voice for the Seawolves for this upcoming year, and you'll hear him calling out Jake Riley's name, Yevdokimov's name. You knew I had to mention his name. very nice, exciting young talent, helping introduce the Gulf Coast to the game of hockey. Once again, of course, the Seawolves were a team in the ECHL for the longest time, but then, for quite a while, there was no hockey in Biloxi. So Nick Rush does an excellent job calling games down there. For Motor City, another one of my favorites, Ben Salegi. He's going to be doing the play-by-play. And the thing that I liked about Ben last year is that he interacts with the fans that are on the live chat. He's very hands-on. He's very aware of everything going on, not just what's going on the ice, but also discussion among the fans, and likes to have a little bit of fun too, along with his duties with play calling the games. So Ben Salegi coming back for a second year in Motor City. And then we have the rookies. All right. In Danbury, we've had a change. Chris Lynch has left the organization. Won't be doing the play-by-play anymore. But Doug Latuca will be handling the duties this year. He comes from Syracuse University, called the games for both the men's and women's clubs at Syracuse University for 4 years, and looking to step in and add his own flair to the game calls for the Danbury Hat Tricks. And then in Carolina, we also have a new voice this year, Brendan Riley. This is his first year calling hockey. He has worked with the Winston-Salem Dash, which is the minor league baseball team there in Winston-Salem. And so now he's going to be transitioning over to hockey. And he's already working hard with a lot of the social media and the other things that go into the media relations gig, so to speak. And then finally, down in Blue Ridge in Wytheville, Virginia, Charles Ryan is going to be handling the calls. He's already very, very active with the club, with getting the team promoted, getting the community invested in the team, which, that's been the big focus up to this point. So Charles Ryan is going to be adding his voice to the airwaves for the Blue Ridge Bobcats. And like I said, again, no voice yet for Baton Rouge, but I'm sure there will be one named very, very soon. I know they have been looking to get not just any old person, but to get the right person to really give that Zydeco flair to the play calling there. So there you go. That's just an introduction for the play-by-play men that you will be listening to as you watch the games on YouTube this year. And just wanted to kind of let you know who's where. And as soon as we do have somebody hired for the Baton Rouge position, we'll be sure to let you know, either here on video or on Spotify or on the Facebook page. All right, make sure to hit like and subscribe. Again, thank you so much for watching and for all your support. We'll be back tomorrow with another video for the Fun Flash. I'm Gary Ryan. Have yourself a wonderful weekend.